NCRP Productions presents Fallout Beyond the Rad'wood Vale. Two Towns. Episode 4.
The splashing of water hits against the side of the ferry as you guys continue across the great river. A moment of unease settles over the ferry as the roar of the Deathclaw in the mists above you fades. What are you all doing currently on the ferry? Describe your positions.
Do we know it's a Deathclaw? Do the characters...
You have heard of a
We saw the
Deathclaw.
tracks.
Yeah, so you saw the marks in the lumber site
Right.
of a Deathclaw. And you've heard of a Deathclaw. You may have... you, Phil, probably actually may have seen one in your long lifetime.
And potentially...
But the only thing that would make a roar very loud would be maybe a Yaogwai.
Okay.
But that does not sound like a Yaogwai.
Okay. And we would know what a Yaogwai is, too.
You would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we identified it previously, but
We did.
The tracks.
yeah,
Okay.
You did.
yeah, somebody's survival.
So
Might have been
Phil,
yours.
It's been some weeks.
Yeah.
what are you doing currently on the ferry as it's going across? I'm assuming Lex, you're cranking.
Are you cranking? I was thinking I was, but it might be.
No, that would be.
Oh, no,
Zeke.
he's cranking. That's right.
It's our
Got
strong arm. is
Zeke's
always-
cranking. He
All right,
has
so
to get
Zeke,
top.
you're cranking away. So you hear as the raft is being pulled across the great river, the clicking of the gears goes by. Phil,
So
what are
I'm
you
watching the mist. Hearing that roar, I'm going to be focused on the mist. I want to see any movement. I'm looking for movement, not only directly across, but up the hill a ways, too.
So ahead of you is the deep, sickly green of the tree line, and it stretches very steeply up this mountain ahead of you. And as the roar echoes out into the distance, you can kind of see in the, probably 2/3 up the slope, a flock of bloatflies take off from the tree line, probably disturbed by whatever made that noise. And
Everybody put on your masks.
as Phil says, put on your mask, you guys look up and you can see that this slow, creeping fog is rolling down the hill towards you as it slowly starts to creep back in. The dreaded mist of the Lost Coast has returned.
Not a good sign, boys. Deathclaws don't need no mask.
As Phil says that, you'll see Lex was kind of near the front of the raft, and what he was doing is he was organizing all the weapons and ammo. He was cleaning to make sure that the magazine for the assault rifle was checked. He's counting and cleaning each bullet. He's organizing. He's getting ready for the last okay corral. And as he hears, the fog is coming, put on your mask, he pulls it from his neckline and puts it back up and doesn't interrupt his work and keeps hearing.
So one of the things you're assessing right now is that assault rifle that you acquired in Staffman from the Wild Man. Unlike their bolt-action pipe rifles they had, the assault rifle is pristine. Very clean. Looks freshly manufactured, even with a serial number on it.
We believe that maybe there's a few extra ones out there.
Well, you did find a crate just outside of Staffman, and it had all of its contents emptied out, and looks more likely that that crate was carrying these assault rifles. This is only one. That crate could hold several, so who knows where the other ones would be at this point. You do know that the wildmen you encountered in Staffman were just the stragglers. The main attack must have already gotten what they wanted and left some time ago, probably earlier in the morning or maybe even last night.
So Zeke he's going to be cranking away. He's going to ask one of y'all, can one of y'all pass my mask? He's too busy cranking. He can't quite reach behind him.
I'm going to come over. I've got it. I can put it on for you.
Thank you.
Get your
Thank you.
fingers off of me.
So yeah, your mask is kind of hanging on the side of your backpack, and and Phil very generously comes over and unlatches the buckle and slips the mask on over your head, and it's got 4 straps that go on. 2 go above the cheekbone, 2 go along the jawline, and it connects to a pad that sits on the back of the scalp. And then there's 4 straps that can get tightened down to secure it to your face.
Okay. All right.
Patrick, what are you doing?
So I'm scanning the far riverbank. While I'm looking, my hand is in my pocket, and I'm just kind of counting what few remaining shells I have available. Kind of glancing over Lex and that pretty assault rifle he's got there.
You think you could probably get a pretty cap for that thing.
Oh, could I?
But you did manage to acquire the old boomstick from Staffman.
Yeah. So where is the boomstick at this point? Is it...
Imagine everything is kind of, because I imagine the ferry opens from the front and the back.
Yep.
And so this is along the side. He's taking the longest side of the front. So it's just sitting there, this big missile launcher. You can see 3 missiles are like leaned up against it, counting as he's like making sure all the instrumentation works, that the, as he disassembles.
Oh, so you're fucking with it right now?
I'm essentially cleaning it and making sure it's okay.
He's pretty good with weapons. He can, he's not breaking anything. He's is familiar enough with weaponry and his rigorous training to disassemble basic firearms. The missile launcher might be a little bit beyond him. He's not going to pop any screws out, but he's polishing this off the rust or dust, more likely, because this thing is sat in a chapel for God knows how long. Mm-hmm. As you are sitting there, I want to draw attention there just to the right of the crank. There's a small metal box that's been welded to the ferry, and there's a lid with a padlock on it and a small little slit at the top. And on the lid, you see carved into it, tips for ferry usage. This is a communal ferry. It's expected that when you use it, you'll leave some caps in there for its maintenance. However, anyone who's interested could potentially lockpick it, get some free caps if anyone's interested.
So, I know this is going to sound kind of ghoulish, but the town's gone. If there's caps in there, they might be useful.
I mean, we didn't see signs that they're gone. They could have just ran in the woods, right?
No, we saw signs of them being dead.
I mean, we saw some dead ones, but there could be survivors.
That's up to you to decide, Patrick.
I mean, can we?
Well, we can leave it. I mean, I'm just being expedient.
How big is the slot for the caps?
It's probably 2 inches by a ½ inch wide.
I'm going with it's at least big enough to be cap size.
Right. Yeah, maybe a little larger if you want to put fold up a NCR note bill and put it in there or something like that.
Okay. There's no it's just that little bin. There's no smaller basket next to it like a milk carton or anything.
No, it's got a lid that's currently padlocked closed to secure it.
I'm trying to leave something, guys.
In what shape is the?
Are you going to pack rat it?
No.
You going to put a landmine in there?
No, I was going to put a bolt gun in there because we don't need it. No, essentially what I was going to do, we have ammo. None of our team really likes to use our bolt-action pipe rifles.
Well, no, hold on. Yes, some of us do.
I ain't seen you shoot one.
Which size ammo is that? Is that for this thing?
The pipe rifle.
We're keeping
308.
We are keeping.
No, I don't need that.
We're keeping the 7 rounds of 308.
Yep.
But we don't need 4 bolt-action pipe rifles.
Nope, I don't think so. So you want to break this thing open and shove it in there?
I'm willing to leave one here because we did use it twice. It's only courteous.
So, are we assuming Staffman is still alive?
Oh, Staffman's gone.
Well, I mean...
Well, then, who are we leaving
the same... You don't get out of much, do you, Doc?
No, it's been a while since I've been in 2 towns. I mean, I haven't had really a whole lot of reason to leave except, come down to the lumber site and fix some guys up, crush limbs and such.
You leave things out in the wild, one for yourself, in case you ever have to double back and things go from bad to worse. Or you leave it because it's the courteous thing to do. Staffman ain't the only town that uses it. We do too.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, so wait, if Staffman's not collecting it, then who's going to collect it to keep upkeep on the ferry? It looks like we're almost to the shore, I guess.
Who's to say it's not going to be us in the future?
Well, if it is us...
Then you take it back to 2 towns, and 2 towns decides how that money gets used, but that ain't ours.
Patrick, you had a question a moment ago.
Right, so my question was, in what state is the ferry currently? Is it in a state of upkeep, or has it been...
It is operational. It is not at the peak of its... Then again, it was never a pristine piece of machinery. It's scrapped together metal. That is... They've taken old metal oil drums and used that as flotation devices and then put wood planks over them that have been cabled together and then welded crude guardrails around it directly to the metal drums that it's attached to. So it's a shabby construction to begin with. However, it does work.
Is the ferry presently peckish?
I will say, do what you will, boys, but keep this in mind. This ferry possibly saved our lives and every one of them men across this way once we get back over there with this here boomstick. And if you want it on your conscience to rob this box, or you know what, even don't donate, then that's on you. And I'll drop 2 of my NCR bills straight in there.
Nice. Thank you, Patrick. The boat says that. Just kidding.
Oh God, guys!
It's sentient. No. So you do that. You push your 2 NCR dollars through the hole, and the of the ferry beaching itself up onto the sand onto the other side.
I thought the sound was going to be a paper trail.
Yeah.
We don't want your dollars.
We don't want dollars holding cash.
Shit, it was a landmine already.
So the ferry has now come across the Great River. Slowly through the tree line, the mist envelops you. You feel precipitation collect on your face, and the breath comes out of your mask, and you can see it push the vapors of the fog away from you. It's thick.
Zeke's gonna get up a little bit solemn. He's kind of dreading what he's looking forward to here.
He's dreading what he's looking forward to.
Well, he's dreading what's gonna come.
We're all looking forward to it.
Yes.
Zeke, we're all looking forward to it.
So he's gonna quietly pull out 5 caps, drop it in there.
Okay.
I'm
Ting,
coming.
ting, ting, ting.
I'm
Pay
coming,
the
Pa.
piper.
What was that?
Cross the river Styx.
Oh, he's just gonna whisper, "I'm coming, Pa," and drop the caps in.
Perfect.
Lex, how's that assault rifle looking over there?
you've been working on it the whole way over.
shape.
Honestly, it looks pristine.
How many rounds we got for it?
8 rounds as you see him like pick it up, shoulder it.
He's got the rocket launcher on one shoulder and the assault rifle on the other shoulder.
I mean, he is a Brotherhood to
Right.
initiate.
Whoa, 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 whoa! No, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's not known to everyone else.
As he picks it up, you do see he starts to gather the ammo. He would
Very
remember.
brotherhoodly of you, though.
He does remember who uses the 308 ammo or has been.
That's us. Me and Zeke.
The 308?
Isn't that the 308?
308 is what you use for the bolt-action pipe
No,
rifle.
no one uses it.
Yep. Essentially, he just kind of like gathers the ammo. So he's like organized, putting it in his backpack, and then essentially he kind of looks at the landmine, and then he hands it over to you.
I look at it suspiciously. Now, Lex, we need to take a full assessment of everything we have to bear, and we need to come up with a good plan, boys, because Deathclaw don't really care about firepower. He'll just come straight for you, just like a raider on jet. So you guys, we got to come up with a plan to outsmart him, because we ain't going to win on strength alone here.
Well, so how fast do they come at you? I mean, I've seen them at a distance, but, distances can be, manipulating the sight. How fast do you think they are?
I mean,
Could we go up, set something, and then
the
come
last
behind
person that tried to figure that out came back without a head on their shoulders there, Phil, so I couldn't even begin to tell you how fast the Deathclaw moves.
He came back?
Well, on a stretcher.
I say we have someone scout out, figure out where we want to actually confront the Deathclaw, set up a landmine, shoot rockets at it from a great distance, pick it off until it gets up here, and hopefully it's weak enough for us to handle
That's
it.
the thing there, Lex. There's not a whole lot of recon of options available in the midst of this thick fog that's rolled in, We might hinder ourselves by splitting up looking for a good spot. That Deathclaw's already tracking us, I guarantee you.
So here's where I'm at with the landmine. So I've seen landmines go off on television. I don't know that I've ever seen one go off in real life. What kind of spread pattern, is that what you would call it? Spread pattern is there for the landmine? I mean,
What do you call this shape? A circle?
well, yeah. I mean, well, so my thinking is this: is it something that we could, as it's trundling towards us, throw
It's
at it?
Oh, I don't think you want to be doing that.
Does it explode? We throw it at it.
I don't think that's how this device here works.
This is a GAI Mark 1 pressure plate activation frag mine with a 30-foot lethal radius.
Oops, so we just got to throw it 30 feet.
You don't throw it, Phil.
It takes
place
10, takes 10 pounds of pressure to activate that pressure plate and set it off. So we get it out there, we bring that creature forward, it's going to step on it. Hell, its weight's big enough from what I heard to just be close enough to activate it. And then it's going to make a big explosion that's going to cause a lot of damage.
Now that's as long as it steps on it. Now creatures like a Deathclaw got a really long stride, so we want to make sure it's ideally walking at that point instead of just leaping for the closest person it can see that might be shooting an assault rifle at it. Because if that's the case, then it could jump over that landmine completely.
All right. So a plan is in place, pseudo.
So before the fog rolled into the town, was there any area that might work well, to bait the death claw into? Like, was there any narrow?
Well, you guys aren't at the logging site right now. You're just on the shore.
We have to go back up a ways
you have to-
and then up a ways.
Correct. You have to walk up to the rail line, and then you follow the rail lines north back to the old logging site,
And then we got to go to the distillery.
which is up the slope.
Right, but we don't maybe need to go to the distillery. And I mean, the death claw will come down from the distillery if he thinks there's something to eat down here.
So we make a racket.
So, now, Belle, just calm down. We're not going to use you as bait. I hope we don't have to use her as bait.
Zeke's going to give Lex a sidelong glance. We're going to use her as bait.
That or something a little bit more morbid, but I say we stick to moving targets.
So, right, Patrick's question is sort of along the lines of, can we put Belle up somewhere that's relatively safe, get her to start making ruckus to draw the death claw to us, and then we ambush it, without having to expose her to a great deal of danger by putting her in the middle of a foggy path
Well,
in the woods.
that building when we first showed up was pretty sturdy. We could try to hide her in there with the other equipment, try to funnel the creature into an area we want to shoot at it. That way we can guarantee it walks over the landmine because it's not eager, and then take pot shots at it. The problem is as he looks towards the boomstick, this thing is going to cause some devastation. So that takes that out of play because we're trying not to hurt our cargo.
All right. Well, Phil, you ever seen one of these things before? And I'll kind of nod my head towards the assault rifle, which I assume is still within sight.
My bad.
Yeah, of course I've seen them
You
before.
ever use one?
Not really, no. Never really had access to
What
one.
about you, Lex? You know a thing or two about this machine here?
I know stuff about it. Haven't had a chance to use one yet.
All right. Well, it seems I'm the only one with experience among this crowd to use this here beautiful work of art that we call a firearm. Now, I would recommend that you take the boomstick, go ahead and back yourself up with your other gear there. You get a good high up spot. Put Belle somewhere that can get the thing's attention. We set the landmine between her and it. And then as soon as the landmine goes off, we unload.
Well, it makes sense, but, I mean, how do we get his attention? I mean,
I think a Brahmin calling for help in the middle of nowhere will call that Deathclaw right over. Even though these men might be tied up somewhere, I mean, at least this thing is a ready meal.
so you're thinking this thing's an opportunist. It hears the Brahmin double mooing down
I mean,
here
it's a
and
creature,
then
Phil.
says,
I mean, it's hungry, just like me right now.
okay.
You're famished. I'm just kidding.
You
guys-
we just had
you-
delicious meal. What are
you just
talking
had
about?
you just ate.
Just had some crying out.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, that was kind of my thought. I was trying to avoid using Belle as bait like you had asked, but that's a good thought.
It's safe bait. It's not real bait. Damn, Phil.
That's what I was
we're not gonna
suggesting to
feed her
begin
We're
with.
not gonna feed her to her. We're just gonna. She's gonna,
How certain are you that...
I imagine we're sorry.
Yeah, we're walking as we're doing it. There's no way Zeke is just like sitting there.
Hold,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
guys,
stop,
we're walking,
Wait,
Belle's
stop,
already
stop,
going,
stop, stop.
"Brr."
Hold on a second. So, if we were to put Belle on the raft in the water out a little ways, and then we took positions in the trees, this thing could come down to the water, and we could just blast it right there.
How deep is the river? Do we have any idea?
Very deep.
It looks deep. Yeah.
Very deep, especially this time of year.
No, now that's a pretty good idea for a ghoul there, Phil.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean,
I am the doctor. I mean, I've got a brain.
The other thing you got to consider is we're working under the assumption that it's still hunting the survivor of the lumber mill, meaning we got to make more noise, be more meaty, and more attracting to that. And I don't think we're going to pull that thing from its hunting range all the way down here and into the river.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Is the Brahmin going to be enough of a draw?
To eat around here.
If we're up by the lumber mill, we're closer. I think that's an easier option. It's the difference between going from the pig stick and the slop and barrel. One's closer, one's farther. Where are you going to eat at?
Well, yeah, that makes
Wise
sense.
words there, Lex. Those are wise words.
But then the other question is, and I'm sorry about this, Zeke, but if it's already, again, sorry, Zeke, if everyone's already been eaten, is this thing going to be, sleep,
Oh no, I don't.
resting? Or do you just think this thing's just famished 24/7?
We heard its
Like a
roar
video
coming
game
over
or
here.
something?
It's already on the hunt. You guys heard it just now. I mean, it ain't sleeping.
All right. I've seen this thing from a distance. I've never dealt with one.
This whole conversation's happening while you guys are walking along the old rail line.
Up to the logging camp, I'm assuming.
Yes, you're walking, it's currently the rail line parallels the river until you get to the fallen site. The whole discussion's happening. About 30 minutes go by, and you are out of the mist. You can see the first signs of the fallen trees, and you guys are back at the old mill site. The mist still hangs heavy in the area. It has not dissipated, hasn't even thinned a bit. You just, as you get closer, they kind of emerged out of it. You haven't heard any new noises further up on the slope. You just know it came from higher up. And Zeke, you know the distillery's up there. You don't know exactly where. You just know it's an old cave up there.
Yep. And we saw the tracks going up the hill.
You did.
There's still always the chance that your dad and the others are safe, that maybe held up in the cave or possibly back in two towns waiting for us. I mean, that could be the case. Although, one way or another, we should probably get this thing
That's very
dealt
wishful
with.
thinking there.
I'm a hopeful guy.
While they're having that talk, I'm going to start, because you, Zeke, showed us where the pathway up to the distillery is at. So we're going to
Well,
assume...
we're assuming that that's the pathway, yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to...
Yeah, I told you guys that there was a distillery nearby, and then we saw paths leading up there.
So I would be walking up trying to see where I can find from the mist and pointing out to Patrick, just being like, this is where you should put the landmine. I'm going to go try to find a position to take a good shot at it.
So we're going to put the landmine at the bait, like the entrance to the trail up to the distillery.
At the logging camp, which we're sitting at.
Yeah, essentially where there's like broken trees leading up to that walkway.
Yeah.
We should put it at the entrance so when it comes out, it'll blow up. And that way there's at least mechanically a zone of distance between it and where you're going to put
Is there any like vantage points that overlook this, path, this trail that we could position?
I mean, you can always position yourself, maybe up into a tree nearby.
Is there any tree climbing gear in the camp?
That's a really good question. Phil, why don't you roll a perception athletics for me? See if you can even find and if you know what they even look like for climbing gear.
Okay. That would be no successes.
Now, you find some old chains, maybe a cable, some tin cans, no climbing gear.
So, we got a problem. I don't know if you guys have actually looked at these trees, but it's not like they have low branches. We're going to have to scale this somehow, and I was thinking maybe I'd find something that, like little spikes for your feet to climb up, or possibly the cable. What we could do is pressure on the cable. I'm going to see if the cable will actually pick up and wrap around a tree.
It absolutely will.
I'm going to see if I can climb by doing the lop the cable up, move up, lop the cable up.
Do a strength athletics test for me now.
That is going to be a success. One success.
The difficulty number is 1. So, yep, Phil, you a couple loops up, you're about 6 feet up, and you think you can get higher.
So this is going to work to get up, but then I'm not sure how to tie off, and those limbs are pretty high up there.
Yeah.
And do I just see one cable?
No, there's several.
There are a few cables down here, so we could all take those positions, but
We want to stay mobile.
Yeah, and what are y'all hoping to do here? We need to get this thing.
right. Well,
How are we going to do this up in a tree?
Well, Patrick's idea was to set the landmine here and blow it up, and then
Patrick's idea was to bring a Brahmin on this trip. We were hunting something.
Look, Belle's done her job already. Now we just got to do ours without bad-mouthing her.
Leave her behind.
What?
Let's go.
I do not see the
Wait,
point
so we're
of
not
that.
using her as bait anymore?
We don't even...
Now,
Go ahead.
Phil, please don't say that word in front of Belle. She understands something.
While they're having that talk, I'm going to try to find a place on the ground where I can get a good bit of cover, but have a clear vantage of, hey, when that explosive goes off, I want to be in that, looking at that same radius from a long distance so I can shoot the rocket.
Yeah, about a third up the fallen site, there's the sleeping shed. It's ransacked, torn open one side where the Deathclaw tore off a wall. However, provides decent cover, allows you to see a good amount of the clearing, including upslope.
Upslope, sorry, being when it's going to be coming down.
Theoretically.
Okay. Because that's what I'm trying to position myself is as it comes down, I want to be able to be hidden and then once it steps on the landmine, be able to shoot at it.
Right.
From above,
From above being, what do you mean above?
further up the slope.
I don't mind being on ground level. I'm going to plan to move.
I think
Well,
it
this
should be
whole
above,
thing- this whole
because if
thing
you
is on
miss,
it.
It hits the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But if you shoot from the ground level and you miss, it just goes past it. It can,
Yes, then yes. I would be above. Thank you for that clarification.
you know.
So you want to be further up slope from wherever it triggers landmine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be at a long distance
Yeah.
from it.
So right, and I
Yes.
think I should be on the ground level, and I think
Yeah, because that would be long. That's the...
Zeke should be in between the landmine and Bell, because that's what's going to get his attention initially.
Okay. Well, I get what Zeke's saying. We should get moving, and I agree with that. I'm still concerned with the possibility of how do we get this thing to come down? Because we've been here talking all this time.
Oh, it'll come
Bell's been
down.
sitting there
It's
and
going to
not
come down
coming
while
yet.
we're talking if we don't make a plan.
We send our loudmouth merchant up top. He starts yelling at him.
Well, can you outrun a Deathclaw? I mean,
I don't think so. There.
that's my concern.
You know, they got good hearing though. I mean, he's probably listening to us right now.
Well, if we're that confident, let's set the doggone landmine. And
I'm working on it. I do want to set a landmine since that seems to be the plan.
All right, you want to set it here in the middle of the clearing?
No, I'm going to set it to where the path to the distillery leads out into the clearing.
Okay.
We're going to try to bottleneck it as much as possible to make sure that it doesn't just miss through happenstance.
Does anyone know if this thing climbs trees?
Oh,
I mean, it scratches. We've seen that, but does it climb them?
I'm sure it doesn't need to climb.
yeah.
Well, no, it might if I can get high enough.
Are there any trees that are just like brutally knocked over or anything that we can see?
Yes.
Yeah. So
You see several trees where they've been cut through and fallen over.
And that's what Zeke is going to point to.
yeah, I don't think the trees are going to help.
Now, y'all, this is all assuming that the distillery is in that direction. We haven't seen anything yet.
Well, again, if it's not and the creature's there and your dad and them are at the distillery, then they're safe, and we're just hunting a creature that could kill all of us.
Right, but if we go walking up that hill, that might as well be a death sentence there.
Everyone, please take a survival perception test for me.
1 success.
3 successes.
None.
1.
So the difficulty is 2. So Phil, as you guys are all bickering,
We might not need Bell after all.
to your left, right? So the upslope is directly ahead of you in this description. To your left, at the edge of the clearing, you hear and the rustling of leaves and branches.
And that's from the left is the way we came here.
Well, the whole
From the originally.
clearing is in a large oval, right? The very bottom of that oval connects to the old rail line. You guys are mid-slope in this clearing. So to your left is correct, it's in the direction you originally came from, but you're mid-slope, so that to your left is just bushes and foliage.
Hey. So, I hear something right over there.
Can we hear it?
So, in this moment, I'm going to ask each of you what you do. I do not want you guys to debate him, ha, or what. This is a instant reaction. Patrick, what do you do?
I just turn towards the direction Phil indicated, draw my shotgun.
Lex, what do you do?
I was already gone scouting out this thing. I'm just going to hunker down and take aim with the
So
missile.
you're further down the slope at the old sleeping shed. 'Cause
Yep.
That's the
Oh,
only
then
place.
you wouldn't have heard me even whisper it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you never gave us
I
the
was-
assault rifle.
I was already over
making
there
sure.
planning
gone.
to stealth and aim. So
Yep.
that's all I'm doing.
Zeke, what are you doing?
Turns towards the noise.
Okay. With your axe out,
Nope.
just turn towards it.
Yeah.
All right.
I just heard something.
And
I'm going to draw my
Phil.
pipe.
Fucker.
I'm going to draw my pipe gun. Patrick, did you set the damn thing?
Did I have time?
Yeah,
But it's
you're
not
like
in its
you're in the
path now.
process of pushing pine needles over it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, and it's at this is like at the top of the clearing. You're probably close range to the other two who are mid clearing. You're the trail up the hill that you originally saw it lead away from. You're right damn near the end of
Right.
burying that mine.
We need to figure out a way to get it to come that direction again.
So-
because it's not going to do it on its own.
I will draw my pipe gun and move so as best I can. The landmine is in between me and the rustling, a distance out.
Okay.
You got to kind of go up the path towards the distillery. to
Well,
do
it's a
that,
big
right?
it's a big oval opening. I'm just getting out of the way.
So are you going back in the opposite direction of the noise?
Whatever. No, yes, the idea is to put the landmine between me and the noise.
You see Phil, Zeke, slowly back away, pistol drawn.
Quickly back away silently.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, with speed, he
Yes.
kind of, oh shit, and he backs away with his pistol drawn.
About
All of a
as quiet
sudden,
as a ghoul with a mouthful of radwood.
Patrick is further up the slope. You see he's pushing pine needles over the last landmine further up the slope from you.
Uh-huh.
You are now in the center of the clearing by yourself. Phil's, backing away. What do you do?
I'm looking back and forth between Phil, who just abandoned me,
I'm
and
waving my hand, furiously
And
as
the
I
noise.
move with alacrity up to the position I told you.
Okay. And what position is that, Phil?
Again, on the other side of the landmine from the noise,
Yeah.
as best I could,
opposite the noise.
opposite the noise.
Got it. Okay. So you're on the right side of the clearing then. Mm-hmm. Your back's kind of to the bushes. Mm-hmm. Patrick, what do you do?
So like I had turned towards the noise. Once everybody vacates, I'm gonna take Belle's reins and start leading her in the opposite direction.
So they are in the opposite direction of the noise.
Yeah.
So you're going to take it down with you.
Well, shh, now stay quiet, Belle.
I just imagine Robin's just like nods, one head nod, the other head's like
kinda knows what's
shaking.
going on.
It's like, "Mrr, mrr."
So is there enough space in the path to the distillery to go around the landmine without any chance of Belle stepping on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're leading her.
Right. So
If you just let her run, probably not.
right.
Get real ugly real fast.
So I'm gonna take her up the path instead of with them.
You're going to take her up the path towards
Yeah.
the... Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around the landmine, keep a clear berth, take her up the path. If he does come for us, at least he'll have to go over that landmine.
Okay.
May hit it, may not.
So everyone please take one more perception survival test for me.
Zeke, where the hell did Lex go?
Oh god.
I will also be rolling.
Oh boy. Nope.
Success.
I have a 20.
One
failed.
complication, one success.
Did you get a 20?
No, I just got a 1. Or I got 1 success, sorry.
Got it. And how many successes did you get, Barry?
0.
None.
None, and...
1 and 1.
Oh, you also got a complication.
Oh my goodness.
20 and a 2.
Wonderful. So, Patrick, you're leading Belle up the trail. Stop laughing.
Ruining the mood.
You brought her to me, dude.
Phil, you're backing up to the bushes, away from the noise. Zeke, you're standing with him, hands to your side. The rustling is continuing across the clearing. This is about medium range. And Lex, you're in the old shed, the old sleeping shed.
Yep.
What gun do you have drawn right now?
I have the boomstick, the missile launcher, aiming down the sights to where I thought it was going to be.
Wonderful. So that noise, it gets a little bit more, and this bloat fight
God.
comes out, and Phil, you hear on the back of your neck, and there's a slight bit of as you feel liquid going down your back, and as you and Zeke slowly turn, you can see a large, fanged maw with 2 curling horns lowering itself down between the 2 of you. And before you even get the chance, these 2 massive claws come from both directions, breaking limb and tree alike, and sweeping both you across the back.
Oh. If only you had an assault rifle.
All right, so
Can't hear it, what?
we're going to take an attack against both of you.
I can't believe you kept both the weapons
So-
around. You can't. How many arms do you have?
So, Zeke, I got 2 successes. Your defense is
Oh my God.
1.
1, yeah.
1, okay. So, take 7 damage to the body
Okay. That's it. All right. That's cool. That's great.
as it goes swiping you across the back. As you get hit, you go flying away. You fly a close range marker away as you go cartwheeling across the clearing.
Good God. Okay.
Ah!
Ragdoll down.
Phil.
Was the mine from where you just got hit because you might have been hit into it.
I think it was medium range away.
Phil, 2 successes.
I have a defense of 1.
So, 1 extra. Take 6 damage to the left leg. As you also get swiped out. You are not knocked away, but you get knocked. So your feet are all of a sudden up and your head is down and you get knocked prone.
Unfortunately.
As your leg gets swept out and this giant gash goes across your thigh. And it comes roaring into the clearing. Patrick, you're standing up there. You're just getting out of the clearing when you hear this blood-curdling roar. And you can see through the bush line Zeke flying through the air.
How far away is he from me as far as range bands?
Long.
So he's long range to me. So I'll, without taking my eyes off of the scene, I'll just slap Belle on the butt. Get out of here, girl! Hopefully she'll run up towards the distillery because that's the way she was facing that I was leading her away from the landmine.
Yep.
So hopefully she won't turn around and wheel back towards the predator down in the clearing. And then I'm going to take a move action.
Okay.
Cover's not going to help against this thing a whole lot, but I do want to try to look for a place that I could creep forward without being right in the center of the clearing. So, like, I want to move through the sawmill or the buildings that are local.
Yeah. So you want to move a range closer while staying in cover.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So you are now at medium range to the creature.
Real quick, should we do our wounds, our injuries?
Thank you very much.
Too bad I don't have a long-range weapon of some
So what Zeke just brought up is whenever you take 5 wounds directly to the body, that in this case that your armor doesn't absorb enough, you do get a crippled body part. So in this case, Zeke, I rolled for body. So your body is now crippled. You are bleeding.
Super.
Every turn, at the end of your turn, you're going to take 2 more wounds as you're bleeding out.
All right.
Phil, you are crippled in the left leg.
Never walk again.
So with the left leg, you immediately fall prone, which we did, and you can no longer take the sprint action, and the move action is now a major action instead of a minor. Lex, you are caught off guard as you see where this Deathclaw burst out of the vegetation is close range to you. As it comes bursting out, and you see Zeke go flying across the clearing, Phil knocked down as this Deathclaw comes berserking in. You're the first one who has a moment of clarity to kind of look at this creature. Its skin is this dark, dappled gray with moss collected along these scales along its shoulders. You see, though, on it, it's got several burns, like charring around its neck and across both of its shins. Something has burned this creature recently, and it looks maddened by whatever that is. What do you do?
So it came from behind me.
It came to just to the right of you.
I mean, it's within close range, right?
Close range of you.
Do I believe it's seen me, or do I think it's just maddened?
It is just, you have no clue. All you see was it come bursting through and claw both Zeke and Phil, and now it's continuing to charge into the center of the clearing.
Which is where I wanted it to go. I'll use my minor action to aim where it's going to go.
Okay.
I am hoping it continues that path, still hidden, still taking aim. And then when it hits that landmine, when it enters that zone, I want to shoot it
Okay.
with this missile launcher. That's my hope. I'm going with
Sure.
the plan.
So, yeah, I understand what you're asking for, and we will see what it does on its turn.
Yep.
You're holding your action to, if it gets only into medium range, do you still want to pull the trigger?
I want it at long because I don't. That's the range that the rocket shoots at, and it shouldn't hit me. Is that correct?
Correct. You could fire at medium, it still won't hurt you. However, it will increase the difficulty by 1 because it's outside your range bracket.
Yeah. So if I shoot it at long, that's 2. And then I'm hoping if it doesn't know me, I get the sneak attack bonus, which reduces the difficulty by 1.
It does.
And so that's what I'm hoping for.
Don't forget, too, it's also very foggy.
Yeah, and that's why we have caps, or action points.
Correct. So, I will describe what it does when it comes to its turn. You let me know when you choose to interrupt it with a missile. If
Okay. Yeah. Nope, I appreciate that. Thank
Wonderful.
you so kindly.
Phil, you are completely caught off guard. Your leg just got slashed. You think it might be broken. And this giant creature comes barreling past you further into the clearing. It doesn't seem to be focused on you at the moment. It just seems to be diving straight ahead.
And the center of the clearing is the landmine.
No, the top of the clearing is the landmine.
Okay.
So, Barry, what do you do on your turn?
So I'm going to use the minor action to take a chem, the minor action. I'm going to use the stim pack to heal injury, not hit point.
Okay.
How does that work?
That's it. You just
The
use
injury is gone.
Injury is gone.
That is a minor action.
Yep, and you feel the bones re-knit.
I've done the minor action to stand up. I'm going to use my major action to sprint
Okay, all right.
away from where it is.
All right, are you trying to head further down the slope, further up the slope, back behind you into the bushes?
The mine.
Back to where the bushes were. I want to be able to keep an eye into the clearing,
Okay.
but I want to move into the bushes.
Okay. You pick yourself up and you throw yourself into the spot where it burst out. There's a bunch of broken limbs and things like that. You kind of use that as like a little bit of a trail, and then
Perfect.
you dive off into some huckleberry.
If it takes a while.
Yeah. Zeke, you are in the center of the clearing. You feel blood pooling inside of your shirt. And this death claw is raging directly towards you. Like it threw you up and is continually chasing after you.
Okay. Cool. Is it like in close range right now?
It is at medium range to you because it knocked you out of close range.
Okay. I guess Zeke is going to roll around in pain for a second, stand up,
So that's your minor action.
minor action, and I don't have my axe out right now. Action you wish to make.
You can spend a cap and get another minor action and draw it.
I don't want to spend our action points because our man with the missile launchers.
I very much appreciate that
Unless you
I'm
need for
50-50.
three.
How much do I need to get 2 dice? Because I don't
You need 3 action points.
That's what I say. The most you need
just
are
leave
3,
me
and we have
3,
5.
so I have 4 dice to roll. That's
Cool.
what I am. Or
Yeah.
yeah, I need 4 dice to roll.
That's right. You need
Fantastic.
6 for 3.
All right. So what are you doing, Zeke?
Zeke's he's gonna pop up. He's gonna grab the stim pack on his side, shoot himself in the leg.
Perfect.
There's my boy.
Yep. Spend that 1 action point.
Okay. So that's your second minor action.
Yep. Boom.
So you're no longer bleeding.
Fantastic. He's going to run in the direction of the distillery. He's gonna sprint.
Perfect. All right. So you're running up. That's also the direction of the landmine.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
no, that's perfect. You know where it's at.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of you triggering it.
Okay.
It's only the Brahmin that could trigger it because it's a Brahmin.
Yeah.
Its turn. It comes barreling towards you, and you're kind of like doing the whole like your feet are
Lex!
moving, and like pine needles are like getting kicked up behind you, and you're kind of on all fours, run up the hill. The Deathclaw comes running out to the center of the clearing and skids, and its claws dig into the duff as it rips to the side. Right when it gets to that peak of its movement,
Question. Sorry. Damn it.
You ruined it.
We'll put a pin there, but again, that brought it out of his range zone, right? Because I'm trying to not blast Zeke.
correct.
Is it out of the zone?
It is.
Sprinted.
So it is not in Zeke's zone anymore. It's in its own zone. It is medium to you. It is the next zone over from Zeke.
Okay.
And Patrick, because I only moved one zone away from the...
Correct. Yeah.
So as it skids, you just hear Lex looking down the side. You hear, shit. And you hear the click of his missile launcher go off. I'm going to spend our action points, guys. I really need to not hit us.
Yes.
So as it gets to the kind of the peak of its drift, as it's trying to pursue after Zeke as he runs up the hill, you all hear click. As out of the sleeping shed comes this rocket into the center of the clearing.
Oh, thank goodness.
So before you read off your dice, let's talk about the difficulty number for this roll. So the defense of a Deathclaw is 1. It is at medium range, and it is a long-range weapon, so you're firing it a little closer than what it likes. So this increases the difficulty by another 1, so it's now at 2. And it's foggy, so it goes up again to 3. So this is a difficulty number of 3. You rolled 4 dice. What did you roll there, Lex?
Does it know that I am there, so can I get the sneak attack bonus?
It does not know you're there. So that reduces that difficulty number by 1.
So I have 2 successes, but I also have an aim, so can I re-roll my 17?
Yes, you did the aim action.
It doesn't affect it.
So
2 successes.
still 2 successes, which does hit. Holy shit. Okay, so next we have to roll for damage. So what's the damage of your missile launcher?
11.
11. Holy cow.
Yeah.
11, really?
11.
More there.
All right, so
I have 8, 9, 10, 11.
wonderful. Why don't you roll those for us? Got 11 d6s coming in with
the-
the special Pip-Boy dice.
Yep. The other fun fact of sneak attack is your attack gains vicious if it did not already have this damage attack.
Nice. Does it have vicious already?
It does not.
Wow. Okay.
Otherwise, if it did, it gets 2 vicious. Okay. So I got 3, 4. I got 6 success.
6. So, yep.
Or sorry, 6 hits. 3 of them are Pip Boys.
And what are the special effects?
I just have blast, which means it hits everything in that radius.
Wonderful.
But the Pip Boys count as vicious, right?
Right? So it does an extra point of damage each.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9 total damage as this missile comes in, explode, and all of a sudden the trees shake, and for a moment the fog clears from the heat blast of this rocket. And the Deathclaw, it was kind of at its peak turn, continues, like, it loses grip in the duff and continues to roll away as, like, shrapnel and fire kind of catches off of it, and it kind of rolls into a ball and continues to roll, and then comes to a stop. So you hit it mid its action. Its first action was to move. Its second action is going to be to look at you.
Menacingly.
And growl. And start sprinting towards you for a second major action. Okay. You did not do enough direct damage to cripple any body part to it.
Oh my god.
Okay. That sounds right.
Great shot, Lex! Reload!
So he did 9 damage total.
Yep.
My god.
Yep.
And it still didn't do enough.
Here's the
Holy
fun
crap.
fact. The blast would have hit, and that's 9 damage across the board to everyone in that zone.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would have straight up killed me. Thanks.
Yeah, would have killed me. Yeah. God.
Okay,
Thank you for all those action points, guys. I really needed it. That could have been real bad if we didn't.
So, that's the Deathclaw's turn. Patrick, you are in the top of the clearing. You are at medium range of this Deathclaw right now. You can see it. It just got exploded from this rocket launcher fired by Lex. And you see Zeke. Zeke is just outside the blast radius. Like, Zeke is like, cool guys don't look at explosions moment as he comes running up the hill. And as the explosion hits, it kind of throws him ass over Tea Kettle. And he rolls to the duff and then picks himself back up and is continuing to run kind of in your general direction towards the top of the clearing. Mm-hmm. What do you do,
Zeke
Patrick?
is running towards me.
Correct.
The Deathclaw is running away from me.
It's running perpendicular to you towards Lex in the sleeping
So
shed.
what kind of range am I to the Deathclaw?
Medium range.
Currently? Okay. So I don't...
Because you were at long, and last turn you said you moved up a range bracket.
Right. So I know that Lex can't do much with that pretty little rocket launcher at point blank. So somehow I need to get this thing chasing me without dying. Okay, am I by any barrels or anything I can bang?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's plenty of garbage around.
All right, yeah, okay. So I'll begin my action making as much noise as possible. So I just want to like kick the barrel I'm next to, and I want to run out into the clearing, and I want to use my minor action to actually move. But while I'm moving, I'm going to be saying like, hey, over here, big ol' ugly. You know, trying to get its attention.
Uh-huh.
And when it turns to look at me, if it does, then I want to just unload my shotgun at medium range, which it is a close range weapon, so that will be at a disadvantage.
Okay, so you move up, you're shouting out it doesn't seem to notice you, as just from your straight
All
yelling.
right. Maybe
Because
it'll notice this.
Nice. All right, so you're going to fire your shotgun, but you moved up a range band, so now you're at close range to it.
Okay.
So?
I kind of need this to run away, though.
But if you hit, you can gain it back and then use another...
The difficulty's too high for this.
That's true. Because, well, here's
It's
the...
a one defense, right? We've learned it's a 1 defense.
But it's foggy.
It is foggy.
But it is foggy, so that's a 2 defense.
Yeah.
Right.
So only medium range and beyond increases the difficulty for fog.
sweet.
So close range is
Then
defense
this is
1.
a good deal.
Noise.
So Mike can make it back, and Mike can do more damage at the same time.
So you're spinning a cap
Okay,
right now?
I'm spinning a cap.
All right, so you're getting 3 dice.
Get 3 dice.
Firing a
rolling
shotgun.
A cap in this case is an action point.
Sorry, thank you, Glen.
Rolling on a 13. Ugh. Yeah, I got 2, not 3 I was looking for.
Okay, so 2. That's still you.
Still put a cap back.
Difficulty number was 1.
So
So what's the damage of your shotgun?
damage 5.
5 dice. Let's see it. 5 of those Pit-Boy dice.
So we got 5 damage and 2 pit boys. It's spread and vicious.
And you hit it in the left arm.
Ooh.
Okay, so total damage is
5 plus 2 more for vicious, which is 7.
okay.
And then spread does half the pre-vicious damage to 2 other body parts, right? Is that the...
That is correct. So you come in with this shotgun and you fire at it into its left arm, and you see it like blows off a tiny chunk of flesh, and you know,
And that's the burnt side?
it's kind of got burns all over.
Okay.
But you hit in the left arm, and it blows off a tiny chunk of flesh, and you can see the rest of the shot just tick off as its thick hide, and whatever damage your spread might have done did nothing to it. Its skin is too thick.
Right.
But the
center
of the shot
it
it did about like probably a silver dollar's worth of damage to its
Silver
arm.
cap.
I'll just kind
Silver
of put
cap,
my,
a sunset sarsaparilla cap
There you
worth of
go.
damage.
So it doesn't react yet, but I'll just kind of whistle at it like if like hey, like a bullfighter or something,
Yeah.
And I can't really outrun it, so I'm not going to use our extra cap to move.
Okay. What are you doing, Lex?
So I pull out my las pistol. I'll spend an action point to take aim with it.
Okay.
Trying to hopefully get some more.
Are you trying to aim for a certain body part at all?
Just aiming on the creature to try to hit.
Okay.
Where I can guarantee a hit.
Understood.
Please do it. That is 3 successes,
Nice shot.
which is in close range.
Difficulty number of 1.
Yep.
So 2 action points go back into the pool.
Hot
Okay.
diggity.
Can I spend those 2 action points because I can add. Part of accurate is I can now add damage dice up to 3 action points for 3 extra dice of damage.
Okay.
So, do you guys want me to use both of them or leave one for you guys?
Probably leave one for an extra die roll.
I appreciate it. So I'll take one out. We got one floating.
Okay.
So my damage for the last pistol is 4. I'm going to add an extra damage dice. Thank you.
So rolling 5d6s of the Pip-Boy dice.
Yep. And that is 3 success, 2 Pit Boys.
Lex, you did 4 damage.
Yep.
With 2 Pip-Boys.
Yep.
So you're going to decrease its damage reduction by 2, and it's going to get lit on fire for the next 2 turns. However, as it comes barreling towards you and you fire your last pistol, you just see the laser ricochet off of it and go like smolder into the dirt. And granted, the fire starts to creep up and burn some of the moss that's growing on it. It doesn't look like it has been even a fly nipped at it.
Essentially, yeah, he'll have been like stern, and as soon as he sees it reflect back, shit.
You get the feeling this particular creature is more resistant to energy weapons. Phil, what do you do?
Well, having seen that, I am going to move so that, again, the landmine is between me and it.
Well, you got to move further up slope than that. So you got to move towards where both...
So it has not passed the landmine going up.
No. It is currently about mid-slope, running towards the shed where Lex is at. Near the landmine is both Zeke and Patrick.
Okay, so in that case then, I am going to make the assumption that it's going to continue moving up because it hasn't turned on anyone else, and he just hit it again and lit it on fire. So I am going to move so that I am 1 range band away from where the landmine is, and so that would be a movement.
Yep.
And then is aim an
minor.
action?
It's a
minor
minor.
action, so I will convert my major to a minor and aim
Okay. And
the pop gun.
what's your like your
I'm going to see if I can get it to come back down, and because I don't have the ability to shoot it this round.
Why not?
Next round I'm going to shoot it because I'm out. I would have to spend the last cap. I don't want to do that.
You don't have to spend. I mean, you could just instead of aim
I
and
guess I
shoot.
could just shoot it. Yeah, I'll give a shot at shooting it. The idea is to get it to come back across the landmine.
Yep. So you did move. You were at close range to it because you're right there next to the shed where you went to the bushes. You're going to come out of the bushes and then go upslope towards Patrick and Zeke. You're going to be at medium range and you're going to take a shot with your pipe pistol.
Okay.
So difficulty number of 3 actually because it's at medium range and it's a range bracket beyond what your desired weapon is.
Okay. No, and a 20.
All right. So
See why I didn't want to do it.
So you come right up the hill, you bring out your small little pipe pistol, and it's jammed. Zeke,
Great. All right. What's the range distance?
medium. Phil, Patrick, and you are all in the same zone now. At the top of the clearing, sharing the zone with the landmine.
Cool. Okay, so the blast knocked me down. Got back up again. So I get my bearings, turn to see the smoking wreckage that is not there, and I see the death claw bearing down on Lex. So Zeke is going to move. No, I guess I haven't pulled out my axe yet. How do you guys feel about me taking that cap to give me another action?
Do what
I'm
you need
good.
to.
Give me
Do
another
what you
action.
need to, buddy.
I'm gonna
Another minor action.
another minor action to pull out my axe, and then I'm gonna move. Well, I'm gonna run 1 space closer, 1 zone.
Okay, you're close range.
Yep, I am essentially charging this death claw.
Okay.
Charging it in the rear.
So you're gonna move. So it comes running towards Lex. Lex, you fire last pistol. The fire is creeping up its torso, and all of a sudden you see behind a tree comes Zeke, swinging his family heirloom axe at its back. Zeke,
All
Bloodied
right.
and broken.
take a swing at it for me.
Let's take a little swing. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is one success. However, I have heavy-handed. Melee and unarmed suffer a complication on a 19 and a 20.
Oh no.
What's up?
Does sneak attack work on this?
No,
freak?
he is aware of everyone now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you use a luck point to re-roll that,
Yeah.
or because it's a miss, it's a miss?
He can. He can absolutely
Spin the
spend the
luck,
luck.
man.
I am absolutely going to spend that
I'm
luck
out
point.
of my luck. Spin.
I'm going to re-roll that 19 that I rolled and get a 14, which
better.
is
Better than a 19.
yes.
Yep.
So I get one success.
Well, it's defense is only 1. You don't get anything
Fantastic.
bonus.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit it.
Okay.
You hit it specifically in the right leg.
Okay. Come. I just keep wanting to fell things.
You're a natural logger. It falls down. Did someone yell timber?
It's the natural instinct. He's like, you got to go for the trunk. That's
So-
where it's at.
I've got 7 damage dice here with vicious. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage pips and 2 pip boys. So that's
Okay.
7, 8, and then 9, 10. 10 damage total.
10 damage total. You come in with your axe and it goes into its right thigh. And it like starts to pull back and turn towards you as you pull your axe out.
Still nothing?
By any chance, did he do 5 damage?
No injuries.
Therefore, an injury?
You did not.
Son of a bitch.
So, it's going to turn around and it's going to slam you with its back of its hand.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not great.
Is he heavy-handed as well?
He is not. For those
Son of a
listening,
gun.
Patrick just pointing out that I rolled a 19 on one of my 2 dice. He is not, so that is not a complication. His hand does not jam.
Slips out of his
But he
own
did get
trunk.
1 success.
Okay.
This is just a slam. So it is 4 damage dice. And it's going to only do 2 damage to your right leg.
Oh, fantastic.
However, because of the slam, its effect is triggered because I rolled 2 pit boys. You're stunned.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you lose your major action next turn. You can still spend action points to do it, but you have no major action next turn.
Okay.
And you are boom.
Boom.
You're not knocked out of the zone, but you do go flying several feet away.
Just swats me to the side.
Just swats you to the side. It's now going to spend 2 caps to do another major action.
Oh, God.
And it's going to pick up a fallen tree
Oh, no.
and swing it into the shed that Lex is currently in.
no.
He's blasting the area. No!
He knows where the big booms are coming from.
So, rolling my 2d20.
Please just be terrible. No.
Oh, no.
No.
Yay.
He is heavy-handed.
So, that is 2 successes.
Yeah.
However, I did also roll the 20.
How is
The
that?
dreaded.
The 20 is a success?
The 20
Oh,
is a
he's a
complication.
crit.
The
Oh,
3 is a
yes.
crit, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yes.
wait,
Oh my
My target number is 20. You're fighting God. So, it's going to hit. However, it's going to overextend itself and fall prone as it does this. However, for you probably don't even see it fall prone because a tree is flying towards the shed as the sound of shattering metal and everything comes swinging in, and you're going to take,
This is going to be bad, guys.
oh my god,
It's going to be real bad.
6 damage
Oh,
to the left arm,
thank goodness.
and you are also stunned next turn.
Shit.
No. Guys, that's better than I thought. I'm not dead. That's all that matters.
Not quite.
It is now prone.
So all 3 of them are prone. The
Yeah.
creature,
Yes.
Zeke, and Lex are
Pretty
all
much.
prone.
Is stunned prone?
Technically, no, you were correct, Barry. Technically, they are not stunned.
Okay.
Or sorry, they are not prone. They are stunned.
These 2 are
Role playing wise, they got knocked down, but
Yes.
they don't have to spend a minor action to stand up.
Yeah, essentially, like, the tree hit me or hit the wall, and the concussive force hit me against the other wall, maybe even pushed me through it.
Yep.
And so my character's like, got the
Yeah.
wind knocked out.
The
of
whole
him.
structure is destroyed.
Yeah.
Patrick, what do? You just saw all this unfold in front of you as this berserker creature comes whirlwinding into the area.
And the brave Zeke goes charging at it.
Yeah. That was a valiant last
Gotta
final
get us.
action
I need these.
for your short life, Zeke.
Get up, guys. You can do it. Yeah.
So there's no way to alleviate stun. Even a stim pack doesn't
The
alleviate
only way is
stun.
action points.
Okay. So there's no point in running to help these guys if, well, as far as I look at them all and I'm just like, oh God. All right. So how far away? I was in close range last turn. Did the Deathclaw move out of that particular range band when he went in pursuit of Lex?
No, this has all still been in the same range band. So you are.
We have nothing.
Yes.
We got nothing.
We need caps, guys.
Yeah, we do. Guess who can do that for us?
You're one range band closer than both Phil and Zeke, or both actually just Phil, because Zeke and you are both in close range of it.
So right. So what I want to do is I want to step out of, further out of cover. I stepped out of cover last round, and he didn't pay any attention to me. So I want to just run right behind him and be like, "Hey, over here! Look over here!"
Okay.
I just want to do everything I can.
Yeah.
And the major action I want to take is inspire, but I want to inspire my team by trying to get the Deathclaw to charge me.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay. So you run near it. You're already in close range, so your minor action is just to jump up and down like a lunatic.
Yeah.
And your major action is to rally everyone. Like, I'm here. I'm going to relieve pressure off you for a minute. Get your fucking bearings together.
Yeah.
Reload your guns and kill this damn thing.
As much as I like Phil, I don't think we're taking this thing out between just the two of us. So
What are we going to use? Harsh language.
we're gonna crit on a speech charisma roll.
Okay.
Heyo.
So, you rolled a 2 and a 15. The 2 is a crit, so that's 2 successes. This particular is an inspire check, which means that a DN is 0, so those action points just go directly into the group pool. Lex, what do? You are in the wreckage of the sleeping shed. The tree is probably somewhere in the middle of the room. There's no roof on this place anymore. You're covered in blankets and aluminum cans.
Does prone give any effect for us? Like, if it's down, does it make it easier to hit? Does it give any type of benefit?
No, prone is simply it stalls it for a turn because you
Okay.
have to stand back up.
Okay, then essentially what this will look like is as I kind of I'm going to look at Zeke. Get up! We got to move! And then I'm going to pick up the missile launcher and start hobbling out. So I can't move as a major action. But
You can't do any major action unless
Yeah.
you spend action points.
So
So
I
you
can
only
pick
have
up-
a 1 minor.
Yeah, so I can pick up the missile launcher. I'm non-actioning, telling Zeke, we got to get out of here.
Yep.
You can spend 2 caps for a major.
I only need 1 to move.
For another minor.
Yeah, for another minor.
Right, but you already have a minor. But
His
if
first
you
minor is-
shot,
is-
okay, you would kill Zeke. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not shooting the
I'm
rocket.
just
Oh, okay.
working it out in my head.
Yeah.
Also you.
Yeah. I'm not
Well,
shooting.
I'm close
I
range.
need to get
He's
long distance.
they're all in the same range.
You're in the same range bracket that's all
Yep.
close range.
We're all
Kaboom.
You're all in the boom boom range.
I'm the only one outside of it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one of these action points. So to use my second minor action and move 1 range out closer to the landmine.
Perfect. So you are now in the same zone as Phil.
As I'm hobbling out.
You look
He's
like
carrying the assault rifle and the
Missile
rocket
launcher.
missile launcher over 2 different shoulders.
what's the female character in Jurassic Park?
Yep.
What's
Ellie?
Ellie.
Ellie Sadler.
You look like Ellie Sadler
job.
walking with the limp leg.
Yeah.
Run!
What's hilarious is that I thought of the lawyer scene.
Broke into my toilet
Yeah,
shed.
exactly.
All right, Phil, what do you do?
That was great.
So, minor or major action to unjam a weapon, because I couldn't find it.
Minor action.
So I'm going to take a minor action to unjam the pop gun.
It is now unjammed.
And I'm going to shoot again.
Okay.
I thought it was a
Is that
1.
I
Yeah,
thought it
me
was
too.
a 1 as well.
I
That's
was
a
like, ooh,
7.
oh.
So I think that's 2 hits, though, now that I realize it. With, damn it, 1 hit.
Okay. So from your perspective, it's just at the edge of the fog. So you basically just see the Deathclaw silhouette in the mist. And out of the mist, you see hobbling up Lex. And you fire your pop pistol again. Or, sorry, your pipe pistol.
Pop gun.
Yeah.
Pistol.
Bang, bang. It's just you with your fingers going bang, 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 bang.
Feeling like that.
So you miss your shot, Zeke.
Zeke got, again, knocked ass over tea kettle. So he's kind of all turned around, but he hears Lex call for him. So he's going to scramble to his feet and...
So you're just stunned, so you just have
Yeah.
no major action.
Yeah, so I guess, yes, just scrambling to his feet and then start crawling. Well, I guess not crawling, just scrambling towards Lex's voice. And that's all he can
Are your
do.
legs injured?
No.
He just got knocked to the ground.
Yeah, I'm just
He's
moving. I'm
perfect.
moving towards Lex.
So you are all in the same zone as them. All of you are, if you're facing upslope to the right of the landmine, in the clearing, but in the same zone as the landmine.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
Patrick, you're the only one still in the zone with the Deathclaw.
You got this, buddy.
Everyone else has moved out. It is now the Deathclaw's turn.
Oh, God.
But it's...
Well, maybe I got its attention.
So, it is prone. It's going to spend its minor action.
I would like to use a luck point to interrupt its turn.
Okay.
And go first.
Okay, let's do it. So how many luck points you got left?
I have 3 remaining.
So now you got 2.
Well, I had 4.
Oh, I see. You already did the math.
That was already
Got
the
it.
math. So, trying to get the Deathclaw to come my way, but now realizing that I'm closer to the Deathclaw than everyone else, that means that I have succeeded. So, I'm just going to shoot and run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to blast it with your shotgun.
Yeah, so my major is going to be to shoot,
You're at close range of it.
and my minor is going to be to take off.
Do you want to roll 3?
Should I? Yeah, maybe.
Whatever you do damage.
Yeah. I guess
Spend
so.
an action point.
Could give us some. I'm rolling with a 13 here.
Nice.
So, could give us some. Oh, nice. 3 successes.
Hot diggity.
Oh, that's a 7.
Yeah.
All right. So its defense is only 1. So that's 2 extras that go in.
All right, so 5 damage, spread and vicious.
All right.
And that's a 5 with vicious. It's a 6, and the spread does 2 again, which we already know doesn't penetrate.
So you
It's
fire at it. It's
projectile.
laying on the ground. It's kind of starting to pick itself back up. You fire the shotgun on its back, and the pellets just go
Yeah.
ricocheting off of it.
Come on over here, tasty ramen steaks. This way, and I'm going to take off up the hill towards the distillery.
Perfect. So you use the minor action to move. You are all now in the same zone at the top of the clearing. The trail to the distillery is just behind you and to your right, because your back is upslope right now.
Yes.
And is it down landmine from us?
No.
No. we're in
Landmines
between
to your
A and
guys'
M.
right in front of the trail to go further upslope.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
So directly after Patrick's turn, I'm going to spend a luck point as well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Also spending a luck point.
So are we getting on the other side of the landmine? Is that the idea?
That
'Cause
was the idea,
my
but it's
purpose.
going to go as soon as we run out of luck.
Right, but
it's
if we
gonna
all
go.
spend a luck point, are we going to then
can't.
all be on the other side of the landmine?
He will not
Except
be.
me.
Zeke
I don't
is
either. I don't have any luck.
hunkering down. He is prepping himself. He's bracing for this Deathclaw. He's going to ready his action to attack as soon as it gets near.
Oh, okay. Perfect. And I'm assuming your minor is to aim.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Are
Anyone
you
else?
guys kidding me? Did you forget the landmine?
Shut up, Phil.
Phil, are you spending a luck point?
No.
Okay, so the Deathclaw is going to finally go. So the Deathclaw is going to spend its minor action to pick itself back up as its 2 claws dig into the duff, and it lifts itself back up and turns toward you. I'm going to spend my last action point to do another minor action as it comes barreling into your zone. Still haven't done my major, but as it enters your zone, Zeke, you step forward like a baseball player and just swing with your axe into it.
I like to think like
want
Patrick is
that.
just standing there like holding his
Yes.
head, and then
Yes.
Zeke steps forward and just swings right over it.
Yep.
So, spending an action.
Spending an action point to roll another die here.
Oh my
There's
god,
one,
so that's a
two,
5, 3, and
4.
5.
So that's
Yeah.
4 successes.
4 successes, defense of 1. So now you don't have to put all 3 of those action
Right,
points
you-
in there. You
I
can do
think you
3
should-
extra damage dice.
I think you should do 3 extra damage
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
Don't worry about putting anything in.
Unload all this guy.
Yeah, let's.
It's all about overcoming its damage reduction,
Yeah.
right? So a bunch of minor hits
So
don't
I
do
got-
anything, but the big ones do.
That's 8.
Love it.
2 more, please. All right, rolling 10 dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Holy cow.
11 damage.
That's 12.
Can you roll a hit location?
It's 12.
2,
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12. I missed a Pip Boy.
So 8 base damage, 12 vicious damage.
Yep, 12 total.
And vicious is the only effect, correct?
Correct.
Can you roll a hit location, please?
This is the
Oh my god!
Yeah. So that's enough damage. You got enough
Head.
through to cripple it.
fantastic.
So and the location's the head. So
my
you're going
God,
to
oh my
cripple the head,
my God, oh my
which
God.
is it is momentarily dazed, loses its normal actions in its turn, and the difficulty of all tests that rely on vision are now increased by 2.
Yeah.
okay.
So
I wish I knew what a
basically,
home run was, and I would say you made
it's
one.
losing its actions this turn since you interrupted its turn, so it gets no major action this turn.
Oh my God.
As you come in with its axe, and it goes right across the face and chops out one of its eyes.
Oh my God.
You chop it, you pull it out, and it goes sliding on the ground. Like dragging its belly across as it falls to the ground, as blood oozes across its jaw and drips onto the duff and the pine needles around you. And stops amongst all four of you. And Zeke, you're just...
Yeah, I like to think Patrick, like, trying to draw the creature this way, resigned himself to his death when the creature was that fast, and he just kind of, like, shielded his eyes, and the next thing he knows...
You hear, shut up, Phil!
Patrick, get the assault rifle and shoot him!
He's like, what?
Lex, it is now your initiative. What do you do? It is dazed. It is not prone. For role-playing purposes, it's prone. Lex, what is your action?
So I'd like to use my minor action to run to the landmine, right? That would be the next zone.
You're already in the zone of it.
Okay.
So just another to move beyond it.
Yep, so I want to get there, and then
Okay.
I want to get to long range of that landmine.
Perfect. So that is both your minor and major action.
Yep.
That is your turn.
And
Phil.
at that point, can he see anything?
No, he can't really see anything in the clearing anymore. He can just see the opening of the trailhead because he's so far upslope now.
Can he even see the landmine?
So,
He knows where it's at.
to be fair, the fog is only one difficulty at long range.
Anything from medium beyond increases
So
difficulty.
he can see, it's just more difficult.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
The biggest steering thing right here is the foliage.
Yeah.
Because the clearing ends just upslope from you.
Just want to be
Right.
clear on the wording here. It says beyond medium range. Add +1.
I'm aware. I'm medium. It's
Cool.
thicker than normal fog,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
beyond
medium and
medium.
beyond.
Yep.
Yep.
I appreciate
It's
that though.
The Lost Coast fog.
Yeah, it's like thick. Phil, what do you do?
I'm going to take 2 actions. I'm going to take my minor to run up the hill to the next zone. I'm going to take my major to continue up because at this point, I'm useless. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get that sweet weapon off Lex's back.
All right.
Corpse.
So, top of the round, Deathclaw is going to pick itself up again. And its blood is oozing from this one-eyed Deathclaw as it just looks around, and its one remaining eye is swollen red with rage. As you see, the fire that's been burning from the smoldering las gun is just sitting there and just not even tickling it. And it's going to...
I am going to spend another luck point. I need to get ahead of this thing.
All right.
I am now, Patrick's already gone up, right?
Yep.
I am now the...
No, Patrick is still in the zone with
Yeah.
you.
Patrick's still in here?
We're side by side, buddy.
Okay.
I was
After
thinking of
this,
spinning the luck point too, but
after this luck, I've got 1 left. So it's going to get up, and he's going to take another swing, and we will see
yeah.
where this thing lies.
Okay.
You use your luck points to swing. I use mine to scramble away. We are not the same.
I was assuming you were sprinting
you're-
up for the shot at the landmine.
Right. So your major action is, so you spend a luck point to go take your turn first.
Yep.
Your major action is to attack.
Minor action to aim.
So the aim. So you're not going to try to get away after this hit.
You know, it's all or nothing at this point.
Screw the landmine, I guess. All right.
Well, you guys abandoned me, so
Let's see it.
you
Let's
guys
see
all
that
run
roll.
away.
Following the plan.
Zeke.
So
I
roll.
said, sit down. And I'm going to fail everything right there.
You aim so you can reroll.
I'm going to reroll that 19, and that is going to be a 17. I still failed everything right there.
0.
Melee, that is 0.
So you go, stay down. And its claw grabs the hilt of your axe and pulls you in.
Oh God.
Patrick, are you going to spend a luck
I'm
right
gonna
now?
spend a luck point.
Okay.
We need luck at this point. I am gonna spend a luck point.
Okay, so as this is all happening, because he just spit his, the Deathclaw just grabbed the haft of the axe and is pulling Zeke in.
So for a split second, I glance down to the landmine and just imagine like a perfect world where the Deathclaw steps on the landmine, and then I look forward and Zeke's like actually engaging this thing. And I'm just like shaking my head. Just try to shake clean and just run and try to get an open shot where I'm not going to splatter Zeke to draw this thing's attention off of it. But I mean, I'm not using my minor action to change range bands. I want to just reposition, take a shot, and then run backwards across the
mine?
The mine line.
Okay. The mine line. Yeah. All right, so take your shot with the shotgun.
Crit! Yes!
Okay.
Oh, and Trigger Discipline allows me to reroll this one. I didn't do that last time. But Trigger Discipline, reroll, D20, small arms, rate of fire -1. 3 hits and a crit.
All right, so defensive 1. So that's 3 successes. So 2 action points
Yeah.
back to the pool.
So I will roll my damage. We are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with vicious. And the spreads are now 3, which we know his armor to be higher than 3, so those still do nothing.
Where you
right?
hitting?
Is that
correct.
Yeah.
But
So-
how much is the total? The first shot?
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
9 to the right leg.
So it comes in, it grabs the haft of Zeke, pulls him in,
I'm gonna chop him down.
and you fired it, and you hit its leg.
Yes.
Its right leg.
Right leg.
So it pulls Zeke in. Has its other arm up to basically stab through Zeke's guts, and right when its right arm is pulling back, you fire and hit its kneecap, and it drops to one knee, the wounded knee. It's now bleeding from its back, its leg, its face, but it's still alive. But what you did hurt it.
Did it let go of Zeke at all? Or
It did. It dropped its grip on the axe, and you now spend your minor action to move upslope.
Yes.
So-
Come on, Zeke.
You're now at medium range to it because you were close. The same zone that it's in is the one with the landmine in it. Medium action.
Let's move, boy. Because I know he doesn't like being called son while his
Aw.
dad's missing.
You are now at medium range. You are up the trail. You see Phil with his pipe pistol aimed, and Lex has now reloaded the rocket launcher and is lifting it up.
So yeah, I'm just running towards the.
Yes.
I'm like seeing him in the distance. I'm like, oh god, please.
You both spent your luck points.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Death Claw is now going to go.
Oh man.
It is going
Maybe
to.
he'll ignore you.
It is going to pursue you because you just did enough damage and you just blew its kneecap
Yes.
And it is a lizard, and it remembers the last thing that happened. What have you done for me lately? You shot me.
out. It's going to chase after you. As it comes barreling up, it's going to step on the landmine.
Yeah, like I picture, like I just leap over the landmine and like land in the dirt.
What's the damage of the landmine?
The landmine damage is 6. It's also accurate 1.
Which
What?
Oh no, sorry, wrong one. Sorry, it's
seems
blast
low.
mine. Sorry,
Oh,
its
we're all
damage
gonna
is
die.
6.
damage is 6 and its effect?
Blast.
Perfect. So why don't you roll 6 damage dice for me there, since you're the owner of that landmine.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
No, just you.
Just me.
Actually, just you.
Actually, you're
I
in
am
the
prone.
range. That's
Okay.
why
Oh, that's right. That's right.
6 damage. 3 Pip Boys.
So
What are the qualities of a landmine?
blast is the only quality,
blast?
Yeah.
which means it hits everyone in the zone, which is only the Deathclaw and Zeke. So this is going to be to both your torsos.
Okay.
Zeke, take 3 damage.
Okay.
The Deathclaw runs by, it explodes, it goes poof, under its foot. It doesn't even react to it. Like, you see the shrapnel go up into its foot, doesn't even break the skin. But the shrapnel does come over and hit you, and you does it
Sorry.
take you down to 0?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
so you're kind of like on the ground with all of a sudden it goes off, and you go rolling away from it, and now it's running up the hill.
So many
Gonna
explosions.
eat me.
You didn't have a ready action, correct?
Nope, because I had to
You haven't
spend
gone
all
yet.
of mine to. do
Yeah.
it,
So
this-
it still gets its full.
Yep.
Do you have...
I have no luck.
No. It's turn. I thought its turn
It's
was
still
over.
its turn.
It's still its turn. Okay.
Yeah. So this is just.
Besides, you can only do that at the top of the round or
My-
before.
No,
My-
no. My thinking is we have 2 caps. If he was short an action,
Yeah.
that's what I was
My
thinking.
my hope was Zeke was going to be out, and I was going to shoot the landmine with blast from the rocket and double that damage with the blast plus my rocket
Yeah.
to break the armor. That was the plan.
Sometimes the best laid plans.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I'm
These
not
plans were
working
not
with
best
military
laid.
trained personnel.
We literally
No.
just got to the other side of the river and then just ad hoc some shittery.
I'm a little two-town boy.
Yeah.
So the Deathclaw hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
This is in the own zone it was in. So it's going to spend its minor action
Yep.
to move medium range with Patrick, and its major action to bite you. I don't have any action points left, so this is just 2 dice. Defense of 1, I'm assuming.
Melee or defenses for melee and range.
Yeah, it should just be a defense.
So 2.
Oh, it's 2 because you have such a high agility. So I need to
I'm
get.
squirming around.
Yeah,
the ground like,
you're
don't
wily.
bite me! Don't bite me!
Oh, a 1 and a 13. So that's 2 successes.
Oh
Sorry to say, Patrick, that this bite's coming
My
in.
luck's run out.
As you take 4 damage with penetrating 1. So ignores 1 point of damage reduction. As it attacks your
Yeah, where is it?
right arm.
So it does 4 minus.
What's your damage reduction in the arm?
1.
So it's 0 now, so all 4 goes through. Because it's
Right.
penetrating
'Cause it's
1.
Penetrating 1. So right. So I'm up to. I'm pretty low. Yeah.
Okay. And
I am
it, like, you're
down
like,
to 2.
as your arm is like in its mouth, and it's as blood is just coming from every hole in its
Does
body.
it like lift me up and fling me around with it? You know?
It has it.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Maybe next turn. Lex, what do you do?
Shit. Okay.
For the greater good.
So what I'm seeing is I see the explosion through the mist, see its like horns come out as Patrick tries to dodge aside, gets bit on the right arm and is like latched
It
into
squirmed aside. Is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirmed and got grabbed. Mechanically, could I take aim as a minor action, hold my major action to shoot with my missile launcher, so that way I can get time for him to get out of there next round?
Your intent is to fire when Patrick is not in the same zone as the Deathclaw.
Even though it's a change of round, would that be possible?
Yeah, it absolutely would be possible. However, just so you know, the zone the Deathclaw currently in
Yeah.
is medium to you. Okay. Perfect.
Well, because, yeah.
just so we're clear.
Medium would make it,
Minus +1 difficulty, and then plus another one because of the fog.
so that's, I still need 3 successes.
Yep.
If I move to long.
True. Then it would go to 2.
So you use your minor, moved along.
Yeah, but then I'm going to blast you.
Well,
No,
yes.
you're gonna ready, and then I'm gonna run away.
You just don't aim. Just don't aim. Just use your minor action to move, and save your major for when he's no longer in that zone.
And then I could just use action points to aim and add dice if I need to later. Okay. Yeah, I like that action better.
Okay.
Thank you. That's
Okay,
more
so you're spending
calculated.
your minor to move another zone. So now you're at long range again of the Deathclaw.
Yeah.
So you're running more up
As,
the hill.
as I aim, get back, I'm going to be like, God damn it, guys!
He's gonna find the rest of the loggers before we even kill this.
Like, God, this is terrible calisthenics.
Phil, what do you do?
Well, I'm not really sure at this point. Mechanically, I'd like to put more caps in the center there, but I don't have any clue what I could do.
You could rally.
that.
You could speech
Oh,
charisma.
So
rally.
it's speech charisma.
How charismatic are you?
Well, that'd be a pretty fun roll. But there's something else. All right, guys, come on, let's set this thing up. We've been working on this for at least 10 minutes.
Oh no! Oh,
What's your number you're trying to get under?
Oh,
4.
that 7 tricked me
7
twice
11.
tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll take my other action to run with him.
Perfect. So you're running up the hill further
Lex.
as well.
Yes.
Top of the next round.
Deathclaw's
gonna go.
Interrupt. I have,
Burning those luck.
I mean, I have 2 left, but I'm in its jaws right now. Like if
You're
I
not
take
trapped.
my action, okay.
Yeah, this
So
is
I
role
can-
playing
So
only.
I can't,
Yeah.
because I don't have any luck, so I can't interrupt it if he interrupts.
Like
So
I just
if
want to
he
elbow
moves,
its
it's still
snout
gonna
until
move
it
back at the
releases
same
me,
problem.
and then I want to
No,
sprint.
you saved your action.
You ready?
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Sorry.
Can
Go
you
ahead.
save actions over 2 different rounds?
As a GM, I'm saying you can.
Okay. So I just want to elbow it in its snout while it's like chomping into my rib cage
Yep.
until it frees me, and as soon as I get my feet under me, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run towards the distillery.
Okay, so you break free. You see Lex up there, arming the rocket launcher. You go moving uphill again.
Yeah.
What's your major action?
So I'm now medium. I'm now medium range to the creature,
Yep.
but I'm also short. I'm also close range to the mine,
Mine's
or the mine's already gone.
Mine's
So I'm
gone.
short range
You were in close. You are now
Yeah.
medium to the creature.
and medium to you
The-
guys.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm the closest one to the creature at this point.
Besides Zeke, which is further down the slope from you, in the clearing, which you can't even see anymore.
Yeah. So I couldn't see him from the beginning.
Nope.
I couldn't like stop and stim pack him or anything.
No. He's between the creature's between you and him.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll take another shot then. At this point.
Okay. Take that shot.
But is anybody else planning to spend a luck point because it's
I
he
can't
doesn't
spend
have
luck.
any.
He's ready if it moves.
Right.
Yeah,
This is all
but
happening.
I need caps, because I need 1 to take aim.
So
to
rally
reroll,
and
and
inspiration
1 to
would
give
be
me extra
great.
dice.
That's why I tried.
okay.
Even my
All right. So I will go running.
Take your shot.
Yeah.
I need as many
Shoot
dice as I can.
Somebody shoot this thing! I'm gonna run up the hill and I get a crit.
Awesome. So that's 2 action points going in.
Hot diggity.
It's now finally going to go, because you keep stealing with that goddamn luck. It's going to go, it's going to turn, and man, it's just blood mad. And it's going to take a step forward, and right as it takes a step forward, you hear a click. As Lex,
will-
I believe you had a held action, right?
Yep, and I'm going to use these currently acquired action points to add 1 to take aim, and then 3 to add
2 dice.
2 more dice.
Yeah.
Come on!
4 dice coming in.
Come on!
Come on.
I got a 2. Aim allows me to re-roll.
Yep.
What is your actual shot? Is
What's
it
your target
11 or
number?
less?
It's 8. I got 1 success.
2 successes, right?
Oh, no,
Big
'cause
guns
it's not
is
a
not-
tech.
big
it's
guns
a
is not
tech
tag skill.
So I got 1 success at long range.
Which needs a difficulty of 2 because of the fog. As the explosion goes wide, the sweaty palms just
Yep.
and it
the
blows a
second
tree
rocket?
off in a distance.
one? Yep,
That's
I
the
got
second.
one more.
There's 1 rocket left, and the death claw's gonna go,
Finally.
and it's gonna come charging up the hill.
Oh, good.
And Patrick, you're the closest one to it. Again, I'm sorry. Everyone
No.
else is at long range,
Yeah.
and it comes
I know.
running
This
up the
is
hill,
life I live.
and it's going to come swiping at you,
I'm just running like mad.
getting 1 success.
Defensive 2.
No!
Wily little bastard.
So it swings and you duck out of the way.
Realizing I'm now in rocket launcher range again.
Oh boy.
Lex, what do you do with your turn? Because that action was held from last turn.
Yep. If I move, because I keep moving up, the foliage is just going to keep getting to be a problem.
Thicker and thicker as you go further up.
Could I move to the side and gain a long range
It's
distance?
even worse to the sides. You're at least on like an old game trail.
Rifle.
No. I'm not good at it.
So you didn't want anybody else to have it. You just wanted to hold it for the whole fight.
we don't have time for this, Patrick.
Lex, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, essentially I got to keep that long range and then use my major action. 'Cause we need action points, guys. I'm sorry. So I'm going to try to step off to the side, keeping that long distance from it.
So you're just continuing uphill
Yeah.
because the
And-
sides is just thick foliage.
Yep. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm going through. I'm not going to rally the people. This is me. This is Lex essentially as he's like huffing up,
If you blow me up, I
Tired.
expect you to adopt Belle and take good care of her.
tired and sweaty and wounded and realizing like that war mentality is kicking in, and he's just sitting there thinking, he's like, steel within, steel without, move on, soldier, keep going, as he like picks himself up and gets ready to like focus.
Ad Victoriam, brother. All right, cool. So take your action then to rally, or rally.
I'll go with the endurance and survival.
Okay.
Ooh,
Got
yay.
a 1 for 1 success.
So 2 successes.
Yep, so 2
Alright.
So
successes.
2 caps.
Yep.
We
Perfect.
were all inspired by Zeke's courageous fleeing.
Yep.
We're all inspired by Lex's
Lex's
courageous fleet.
courageous
Yeah.
fleeing.
It's
I
not just me.
apologize.
It's a strategic
You rubbed off on us.
retreat. It's a
So, Phil, what do you do?
God damn it, Lex! Give me the fucking gun! And I'm gonna run after him. I'm gonna try and take the gun off his back.
All right. So your minor action is to move in the same zone as him. Your major is to basically arm yourself. And we'll do an opposed roll if you're going to stop him.
Yeah.
Okay. So why?
Oh my god.
So
What is this?
This is tense. So it is both a strength athletics test. You're both rolling right now 2 dice, looking for successes. Neither of you can spend action points because this is opposed to each other.
Yeah. Okay. None.
I also have none.
So you guys are literally just wrestling over.
Damn it! Give it!
You can't fucking hit with the other one. You don't deserve it.
Is it a major to take it or
It's
a minor to take it?
Major. It would be a major to.
Okay.
It would cost 2 action points to
At
do
least I'm
another
the only one
major
that has to
action,
witness this.
and it would
Yeah.
just be a same roll off
dirt.
again.
Taking from him.
You could heal us.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it from him. I'm going to spend 2 action points to do it. I have 2 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
God damn it! Give it now! Run if you need to run. I'm shooting this thing.
You take the assault rifle. All right.
Damn.
Disarmed.
I don't even see this happen, but yeah.
You can
What,
hear it.
what do you do, Zeke?
Oh, you hear it.
Zeke gets up and chases after this death claw.
He's like, come
Yeah.
back here.
He's chasing after
So
my
you
mama's party.
You spend
Yeah.
a minor action. You're now at medium range to the Deathclaw.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with your major action?
I am going to try to rally.
It'd be nice
There
if
you
there's
go.
some action points right now so
Yeah.
that you could do another minor action to come swing at it.
Yeah. So this thing is kind of out in the open right now. It hasn't caught up with anybody yet.
I know it's in melee with Patrick
Oh,
right now.
no.
It's
Shoot.
eating me.
So Zeke's just going to yell,
These two are
Patrick,
fighting over guns.
Patrick, get out of the way. Lex, shoot the damn thing.
Yes, do it. Yes.
So I get 1 success.
What are you firing with?
This is just my rally. Just
Yeah.
Nice.
He's trying to get us going.
So one more action point goes back in.
Yep.
Top of the round.
Luck point. I mean, it's my last one.
Last luck. You have no more luck left, friend.
No,
Why don't you go
I've
again?
run out. My luck has run out.
Do it, Patrick.
All right. So at this point, am I prone or am I?
Nope, you're
Okay.
not prone.
So like I like to think that I'm like semi-prone because I'm literally crawling away on my hands and feet. I'm like scrambling up the hill. I'm just like grabbing roots and dirt and mud and anything I can get a hold of to try to get some distance between me and it long enough to pull the trigger one more time before I go to the great beyond. So that's my objective: is minor action move and major action fire.
All right, so you scramble up further up the slope from this thing as its claws are chasing after you and its jaws are snapping. Take your action.
I'm not going to use any points, but I'm not going to provide any points most likely. So, and we're close range.
You're medium. You moved a zone away.
Okay.
Unless you want to fire before you move.
Yeah, you know, in hindsight, it looks like it makes sense to just roll over and fire and then scramble.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that makes a little more sense. Crit.
Nice, so 2
Yes.
successes. Defensive
So,
1.
I'll add 1, and I'll do 5 damage and then flee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7
right.
damage and flee up the hill. Sniveling worm. I did not do my reroll for trigger discipline, which I failed to do before. And one
Same
away.
result.
Yeah.
All right. Phil, what is your action? So you're spending a luck point. What do you do?
I'm spend a luck point. I want to shoot it with the assault rifle that I
got-
just
we got
got
two
off his
caps.
back.
So you
Yeah.
you have the assault rifle. You're at long range right now. So it's a medium range gun. You can shoot it, but it's going to increase the difficulty by 1.
What if I were to move up?
Yeah, move
Okay.
up, shoot it, and if you need to move away, you got
Yeah.
caps there.
So I'm going to move up, shoot it. I'm going to spend
One of the two.
one of the two to get an extra die.
So 3 dice then, and difficulty of 2.
Because
Fog and its base of
Right.
1.
no success. You're right, I'm not really that good with this thing.
I just like to think the recoil captures him off guard. He just like points and aims, and then he's like, shoots straight up into the air.
And then anyone else going to spend a luck point?
not at this point.
The Deathclaw's going to go. It's going to charge up the hill. Patrick's scrambling. Patrick and Phil in the same zone as it now. It's going to come swinging up, and it's going to attack you, Phil, because you fired at it with a loud,
I made
scary
noise.
gun.
I get it.
Defensive 1,
Defensive 1.
2 crits, 4 successes, a 4 and a 3.
This could be the end, boys.
And I'm going to spin 2, add 2 extra dice to the roll, total of 8. As it comes spearing in and attempts to skewer you, Phil, with 5 damage. That is piercing. So piercing 5, so ignores any armor you have, to the left leg.
And that's a crit again, right?
It is a crit. So your leg is once again broken.
Jeez. Can't
How much health you got left?
I've got 2 points of health.
All right, still in there. All right, that's the Deathclaw's turn. Lex.
So the thing's at medium. I
That's
have
a medium of you.
2 injured people, so that's a difficulty 3 for missed and shooting out of my range to hit it.
Correct, if with the rocket launcher. And there's 2 people in the same zone as it.
So the blast effect of the thing allows me to not target the creature, but I can target the zone.
No, you still target the creature, but it hits everyone in the zone. Or does that say that you
When you make an attack with a blast weapon, you do not target a single opponent. Instead, you target a single zone you can see and make the appropriate skill test to attack with a basic difficulty 2. If you succeed, every creature and other damageable targets in that zone suffer the weapon's damage.
Perfect, so that'll actually make it harder to hit.
For me to hit
Yeah, because the base is 2,
versus its...
which is 1. It doesn't, per the rule though,
Yeah.
that is correct. So difficulty of 2, it's in the medium range, so it goes up again, and then foggy, so difficulty of 4 actually.
Yeah, so then I'll step back 1 zone
Okay.
and
Now it's difficulty 3.
then I have to use an action point to hit.
You don't have to, but you can.
Ideally.
We gotta kill it, guys.
Yep.
Nope, nothing hits.
So it comes up, it cuts Phil across the leg. He drops. Lex, you're getting to the end of the trail. You have the rocket launcher. Sweat is dripping into your eyes. Patrick's in the mud, covered in blood and dirt. You take up that last rocket. goes wide and hits another tree.
So
Zeke,
right.
what do you do?
What's its range from me?
Medium.
Medium now? Okay. The area is clear now because I see the rocket go wide.
Yep.
I'm going to charge up the rear.
Okay, so your minor action is to move in the same zone as it with
Yep.
close.
Yep. Minor action to move in close.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing at its backside.
Okay.
I'm thinking Thor leap as he's coming in with that axe bearing down on
I
him.
don't know if I can going uphill. I'm trying my best.
Oh,
That
you
is
can.
3 successes.
Oh,
Three
you
successes. So
Pop 2 in.
a difficulty of 1. Now those extra 2, you can either add those to damage dice.
Damage.
I'm going
To
to
damage.
add both of those to damage,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
We need to get this.
You have been
Roll
by
a hit.
far the most successful.
Roll a hit location 2, please.
7, 8, and 9. Hit location coming.
Oh,
so this is
what?
again in the head.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What?
7, plus another
you
6,
serious?
so 13 damage to the head.
Holy cow.
So,
Oh my god!
Lex, you fire. The missile goes wide. The death claw is closing in. It pulls its claws out of Phil, which he's currently on the ground, writhing in pain, and it looks at you as the missile goes wide, and it's dragging itself now, like bleeding up the hill. One claw going into the dirt, the other claw goes in the dirt, when all of a sudden you see a shape come up from behind it and step onto its back unsteadily, take its axe and swing, and into the back of its neck it goes all the way through. Its head rolls forward and blood squirts off as the decapitated Deathclaw slumps to the ground.
Oh my god!
And you see Zeke standing over it with his family axe, dripping with the gore of a Deathclaw.
I said, stay down.
He like rides it down as it falls.
Well done. Everyone takes a collective sigh as the great beast of the Mistwood is dead, as this story would later be told by the villagers of 2 towns. Lex stands there. He feels anger. Lex, what exactly do you do in this moment?
As the dust settles, as the adrenaline is still pumping, realizing the danger as he looks across the decapitated head of the Deathclaw, his wounded teammates, the struggle this went through, he is overcome with this anger as he begins walking towards our doctor, Phil, who is beginning to pick himself up. As he does, he pulls out his las gun and begins to charge it up and puts it to the back of Phil's head, aims it slightly off to the side, and you guys hear that as it shoots off. The sky lights up,
Okay.
You have our attention.
and as Phil turns, he looks you dead in the eyes. You're dead to me. Do you understand what you did here?
Yeah, but I'm kind of a ghoul.
And then he'll take the assault rifle and walk up to the hill heading to the distillery.
That's funny coming from a guy who kept all the toys to himself and wouldn't even play with them.
All you
Yelling as he goes away.
You'll see Lex's silhouette fade into the fog upslope. And for some of you, that was the last you ever saw him.
I always knew there was more to him than he said.
You never really knew exactly where he came from, but wherever his journey took him, it wasn't the 2 towns. After defeating the beast, the rest of you continued upslope and eventually found the old distillery with a group of loggers coming out from inside. You see that they used the old moonshine to make fire bombs, and were firebombing the entrance of the cave to keep the beast out. They said that they may have hit it a few times. The most joyful of your reunions is when Zeke, your paw comes out, covered in soot, but alive.
But he's
That's
alive.
the second most joyful. The most joyful is when Belle's bell starts clinging from the middle of the woods and she comes walking back into the clearing while they're all having a family moment.
There's only one body. It's not anyone who you know. It's just one of the loggers here.
Not Rutland's brother.
Not Rutland's brother. Rutland's brother's well and alive.
Okay.
However, the one they do have, his name was Craig, and Craig died with the initial attack. Fucking Craig. What fucking loud. Craig's a normal name.
It's ruined.
You load Craig's body onto Bell, and you and the 9 loggers begin the slow walk along the old rail back to the 101 northbound.
Thinking about how much money I could have made off that rocket launcher and that assault rifle.
Yeah, you realize he has all those weapons too. Those would have been great for town defense.
You realize you drove him off, right?
I did what anyone would have done. I had a weapon that I couldn't use, and I used the weapon that we all found together.
And now we lost a good man because of it.
All right, You're playing the blame game here, but again, I took the time to bring the battle back to the creature.
This conversation of morality goes on for several hours as you guys make the slow journey back to Two Towns. And by the end of the day, the fog starts to lift again, just as the sun sets in the west. The orange beams coming through the scaffolding of the bridge of Two Towns, and its faded green paint is such a sweet sight to see. And slowly the wooden gate creaks open, and all the people of Two Towns are standing there waiting for you all, celebrating, clapping their hands, and like coming up and hugging their loved ones. And you, Zeke, are in arm in arm with your pa as you guys return back to your home village. And there's a moment of silence as they walk Craig's body in and prepare him for the crossing the bridge ceremony. The three of you are motioned in the hubbub to Lady River's shack. They're said that she's waiting for you with someone. And they start going through town, the small, closed, confined streets of Two Towns. And eventually you get to her shack, covered in bones and skins and other fetishes. And you go through the clinking of bones as the three of you walk in. And she's sitting there. She says, "Thank you for saving those men. It was incredibly brave. I was hoping that you would get back. We have someone here who would like to meet you." And as she does, out of the corner comes a man in a clean, pressed military uniform with a American flag on one corner. Says, "Hello there. I believe you know me best as Tailwing Arch." And that's where we're going to end it.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, what kind of outfit? Like just a military outfit? We're wearing
Military uniform.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Seegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Michael P., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it. And a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.